All right. Hello, YouTube land. How are you? As always, I hope you guys are happy, healthy, and well. I am Home Theater Joe. Wasn't really planning on going over a lot of stuff today, but I did have an interesting comment, and it just made me realize that with OLED prices, WRGB OLED in particular, coming down, a lot of people are out here buying the C1. And I did get some questions about the service menu and if people can find out when, where they're, basically if they have a WBE panel. So it dawned on me that this is something that needs to be discussed again. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to dive into the service menu right here, the C10, show you guys why this is a WBC panel, how I know that. And we're going to talk about that service menu because it just needs to be gone over. Other than that, we have a couple of other things to talk about, like subscribers. That's going to be kind of interesting. Also, why does Battleship, okay, 2012, why does Battleship not get enough love? All right. And I think I found the answer. I love that movie, but I was just watching it kind of in the background, and I can tell you where they went wrong in Battleship. And y'all tell me if you agree. About the time that they had that old timey warship destroyer, okay, doing some drifting and sliding in the ocean, I think that's where they lost everybody. And that's like, four-fifths. That's like all the way through the movie. So I love that movie. Tempo, what's up, brother? I love that movie, man. And it just doesn't get enough love. You know what I mean? Oh man, I'm doing really well, my friend. Just busy as always, dude. Busy and frantic. Yeah, so it's going, it's slow going, actually, honestly, but it's awesome, dude. We love it. So thank you. Thank you, my friend, for asking. Let's go over here real quick and dive into this service menu. So what I'm gonna have to do is turn this around. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here we go. And I probably should not be playing a movie, all this copyright stuff, yada, yada, yada. Don't know how the audio is going to be, but look, we really need to talk about this stuff, y'all. So, right here, I have my LG service remote. All right, now I'm going to press in start. Bring me up a little menu here 0413. All right, now here's how we're going to find out through the service menu. I'm sorry if I'm hollering. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but we're going to find out through the service menu of this C10 whether this is a WBC or WBE panel. And to do that, we're going to scroll down here to number 12, option 12, OLED. We can scroll right over here. And as you can see, when I highlight normal, if you look right above normal, you have OLED cell info. Now, granted, this is the C10, but you can also do the same thing in the C1, okay? The C2, they changed. You will no longer be displayed this image in the C2, but that's a different story. We're talking about the C1. Again, this is the C10. But over here, it says normal, okay? Right above that, WBC, MMG, GZ. That's where it was manufactured and where it was shipped out of, I believe. So we know for certain this is a non-EVO panel, okay? That's how you find out. Simple as that. If I go over, sorry. Oh, no. Oh, I don't want to do that one. Keep that normal. This brings me to another point. I got to press inset to get back over. Excuse me, in start to get back over to OLED. All right. So whenever we're in a menu like such as this, I don't care what menu you're in, guys. It cannot be stressed enough. You have to pull out your cell phone, put your camera on, and you have to take pictures of everything. Believe you me, you can mess up. I just tried to click over there and I turned the modular HDR off. Fortunately, I know it's normal, so I just switched it back. I have pictures of all my service menus. Here's another interesting note. While you are working with said service menu, other menu's going to be floating around. It's just going to be doing its thing. And then your 3-year-old, he's probably going to come up and say, oh, wow, a remote. And he's going to start, hey, you see that? You see this thing working? Brothers and sisters, when you're inside this service menu, You need to be taking pictures. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You need to know all the original values to your display. You also need to put this bad boy up. You need to do something with it. Take the batteries out, do something. Trust me, it has caused a good bit of stress in my life. So I'm going to set the user remote down, pick up my service remote. I guess I can actually show you. Let's go up here. I want to show you one other thing. We talked about this long time ago. If you go over here to adjust white balance, I have a NG. It's not good. That's in red. Parentheses says 0. I'm going to back out of here and go to the adjust. Okay, so I just pressed my adjust button. Again, it asks me for a code 0413. I'm going to go down here. Go down here to the white balance. Remind you all, once again, you need to be taking pictures of these values. Okay, right now we're on the cool temperature. Excuse me, if I can speak, color temperature is cool. Here's what I really want to highlight to you guys. That MG message that I just showed you, it came from hitting this button right here. There's a reset button. Boom, boom, boom. If you value your warranty and don't want to deal with the BS, do not, my friends, under any circumstances, hit the reset button, because if you do, you too will have the dreaded 0413 not good message. Okay, I don't know how well that's coming through, but that is the way, guys, to tell about your service menu. And yeah, that's about as good as I can get. I really need to be clear and precise about that, because that's something that more and more of us are doing. And like I said, the cut out the in stop button, that's a good one. Hey, that's, yeah, you could, yes, actually, I have heard some people saying that about the in start. Is there an in stop? There is an in stop button. Cut out there. See, I never use it. I never touch it. I am so selective about what I touch in that service menu. Dwayne Phillips, that's a great comment. Thank you, sir. It's good to see you, brother. You know, like I said, through the comment in the comment section earlier this morning, I realized, man, a lot of people are out here buying these C1s right now because the price is just phenomenal. Thank you, QD-OLED. Another win for QD-OLED. Thanks. You know, you just made low to high. What's up, brother? Did you just pick up the 70? No, sir. No, sir. I was just demonstrating. This TV is 2 years now. I think I got it. Actually, the box is right over here, brother. And I want to say this TV was manufactured in the 8th month of 2020. So, or was it the 10th? No, 8 months. So what's that? August of 2020 is when that was manufactured. I purchased it in October of 2020. So I've been rocking this display for 2 years. It is calibrated to the best of my ability. I don't own a Spectro, but yeah, man, I've had it for a long time. It's been our daily driver for sure. If you accidentally hit that button, it resets everything. Resets everything. Holy cow. Yeah, just get rid of that in stop button. No good. Hey, man, here's what I've been telling people for a while, to be totally honest. I've just been telling people to stay out of the service menu. You know, that's just what it is. You know, you can do a lot of things. LG is so user friendly to making color corrections inside the user menu. They have something like, you might not even have to dive into that service menu. And if you're like me and you have the colorimeter and you measure everything without the aid of a Spectro, our good friend Classy always tells us, without the Spectro, you know, it's just a guessing game. He's exactly right, man. I love Classy's work. Shout out to Classy. Let's see. Nice. The CX is a beast, man. I'm going to tell you what, it's only gotten better, my friend. Low to high is just over 2 years. I've just watched this thing. You know, I used to do the updates, the firmware updates all the time. And it's funny because Classy did a video on this. But I don't think people realize how much it takes to, you know, break out the laptop, open up the CMS and just run a diagnostics, check everything every time an update comes through. There was a period at the end of last year around November, December time. The CX got 3 updates, 3 firmware updates. The C1 got 3 firmware updates, the 6 firmware updates, all within the span of about 60 days. And it was crazy, you know. And every time you do that, guys, you're resetting your display. the CMS system, so I would have to go in and correct. Oh man, so I do need to get back to the firmware update stuff though. That was pretty fun. What else did I want to talk? Man, I hope everybody is cool with that service menu. Dwayne Phillips, thank you for the suggestion, my friend. I just calibrated 6 because my guy messed up his service menu and screwed up his TV. Brother, I'm gonna be totally honest with y'all. If I could count to you the number of times I got fully done with a calibration all the way through it, and then check some like Dolby Vision or HDR content, and my picture was just, I mean, I thought I bricked the TV the first time it happened, and then I just went back and redid it, and you know, that's the way it was. So yeah, I've ruined my image on my display. I'd say a dozen times, man, learning off and on with LG Calvin Home, which I used to have a lot of complaints about that piece of software. I still do, but I've eased up on it. With that second version they came out with last year was really good. So kudos to them for that, man. Got to give credit where credit's due. I bashed them for a while. So let's see. LG doesn't get enough credit for keeping their old models up to date. Absolutely not, my friend. Before I sold my C8, what was that TV? 3-4 years running, right? Because we just did it recently. Still updating. I mean, these panels, that's one thing about Sony and Samsung and even Panasonic, they're not very good at. Their firmware updates tend to cause a lot of bugs. LG, I'd say they're at about a 75-80% clip where, every 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5 firmware updates are going to be really good and progress the TV. And honestly, guys, all these displays out here, these manufacturers are not pushing them as hard as they could. And it's a power restriction thing. For instance, did you know, like over in the UK, they run all 220 through their homes? I didn't know that till recently. But everything in their home is wired to 220 because it's more efficient, believe it or not. Here in the States, we run only 220 to our heavy appliances, washers, dryers, your range, hot water heater, things like that. And everything else is run off 110. And so I don't know what's up with that because I'm not an electrician, right? I'm just a dumb old floor man from Virginia. Let's see. Classy Tech told me about the in-stop button. Hey, let me tell you, I love Classy. And I pretty much, man, there's a few guys that I really look to for information in the space, and he's one of them. That's for darn sure. And I've had some criticism for the community as a whole recently. But Classy's work is pretty impeccable, man. I mean, for the most part, gotta love Classy, man. Give him a big shout out, Classy Tech. Let's see here. Oh yeah, okay. So I did want to mention, which I never talk about this stuff. The community, man, the community. So I just noticed this today. This community, y'all, is up to 505 community members, right? And that's crazy, dude. And I was thinking about that real hard. And I want to give a lot of credit to the people in this community. I like to talk a lot, I like to bullshit a lot, That's no secret, right? I'm a dummy, but this isn't about me. This is about all the people that are here. And not one time ever has anyone been asked to subscribe or like the content coming. So to me, it speaks to the 505 people that have decided to follow this community, to be a part of this community, are free thinkers. And I'm really proud of the community that we, have built here. And it's awesome to me, man. The comment section is, man, that Batman video, the comment section's still on fire. That Batman video, y'all. I mean, I talked about the Northman yesterday in a live stream. The Northman was not the Batman. It was incredible. I did a no spoilers thing. Maybe check that out if y'all get a chance. We took the same ISF glass level 3 together. He's a smart dude, Dwayne Phillips, man. I had no idea, brother. You're level 3 too. That's good stuff, man. Matt Ninjician, he is. I believe he's now level 3 as well, right? That dude. I think Matt's just man, he's pretty darn good. That's pretty smart, man. But Classy, I love Classy's work. And Classy's a really smart guy too, man. That's real cool, brother. That's real cool that you that's awesome, dude. I'm peanut butter and jealous, man. I'm just gonna tell you I'm peanut butter and jealous because I have LG Calman Home. I also have what is the program? Light Illusion, right? Oh man, I don't remember the name of it. But anyway, that one was really tough for me, dude. I didn't even get to build a 3D LUT yet. And that one was tough, brother. And I got it just for the LGs, because this was before that new firmware of LG Calman Home came up. Yeah, Matt was in the class too. Word up, word up. Yeah, that dude, like, I listened to him, and man, and also I want to give Matt a lot of credit. In addition, I think, oh man, he played a big role in this community when the whole S95 stuff went down. He was one of the only guys that kept a level head, y'all. Like, give credit where credit's due. Dude was Color Space. Thank you. Dwayne, what do you know about Color Space, brother? You good with that? Have you used it? I was, God, it was so difficult for me. But I was trying to learn from Ted through email and instruction. It was difficult, brother. So if you have any experience with Color Space, dude, please actually send me an email, all lowercase, HometheaterJoe, 81 at gmail.com, please. I would love some help with Color Space. Yeah, anyway, so sorry, sidetracking stuff, but or mixing up my conversations, man. I really can appreciate the 505 people that decided to be a part of this community. I think they're free thinkers, and it just makes me real happy. I'm like, there's other people out there that think like me, and it's cool, man. Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty awesome. And now all the whole situation's changed for us, obviously, but yeah, man, and this place here is not, it's not long either. Oh man, I do have to do this. I kind of showed y'all the C10 on the wall there. I have to do this great video. I think it's a great idea. I don't think I can live stream this, but I want to show all the mistakes in my home theater. Um, let's see what Dwayne has to say. I haven't yet, but I'm looking into it since Calman has its problems at times. Yes, sir. It sure does. That's what pushed me to Color Space. That and the calibrators alike all say that LG, for whatever reason, Color Space works a little better with LG. I personally feel like it was because LG is retaining was retaining the C10, the C1 in a box. It would set up parameters automatically and not let the first measurement I pulled out of my C1 dog. I'm telling you, 843 nits on a 10% limit. That's the first measurement I ever pulled out of my C1. And that was just running through the paces, like just checking out to see how accurate it was, where the color checker was, see where the delta errors were, which on that TV was like right below 5. It was like 4 something out of the box. It was really good. But once I ran Calman on that display, I've never been able to hit 843 nits since. And I didn't sit there and burn up the window either, y'all. Like I don't believe in that. So I think I think Color Space doesn't do that, right? Color Space is not going to put the display in this box. But let me be I'll clear as well. I don't know if it's a good time or bad time to be a display calibrator, honestly, because with the displays coming out, their color accuracy is getting right at 3 or even below. So when you're below that delta error 3, and you correct me, Dwayne, but man, we're just splitting cunt hairs at that point. And I know when I calibrated, it did help my motion. It did help a lot of things besides the color accuracy. The updates on my C1 have helped with getting a better calibration. I believe you, man, all the way. LG is just they're so good at firmware updating. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. Again, every now and again you get a dud, but Not, I mean, come on, y'all. Does Sony still have their firmware stuff straight or their VRR stuff straight? I mean, before that, it was 120 FPS for like a year or more. Like, come on, y'all. I just can't keep giving these companies passes. Like, I really don't like. Sony lost me at the PS4 Pro when they started advertising 4K gameplay. I was like, what? That's not possible. They don't have the hardware to do that. Turns out they're just making two 1080p full HD images and stacking them on top of each other and send them out to you. Guess what? They're all doing that now. Even the Xbox Series X is doing it. But that's why I jump ship, dude. I'm the original badass around the PlayStation Network, brother. There's no number next to my name or nothing. That's how long I've been on the PlayStation Network. And then I hop ship to go over to Xbox because I was just sick of, what Sony. Man, the PlayStation 3, y'all, do y'all remember the PlayStation 3? What kind of jump that was? So crazy. And with the PS3, I mean, that was literally your multimedia center. You could run all kinds of MKV files, audio FLAC files, ACC or AAC files, whatever it is. You could run everything on that PS3, brother. Oh, it was so cool. And now you can't do that stuff anymore. Let me wrap up my point, please, about the 505, man. That speaks to all you people. And I couldn't be happier to be associated with a bunch of free thinkers, man. And I'm not saying that you should never listen to other people or never take advice. Heavens no. I think when people disagree or don't see eye to eye, that's a perfect way to start a conversation or have a conversation from disagreement. So I don't think everybody needs to listen, to me or anybody else or whatever. I'm not saying to be closed-minded, but to be a free thinker means that we have the ability to accept new information, y'all. That's what I want to say to y'all. You have the ability to accept new information, and you don't just sit on your hands and hold on to that information that you've been holding on to for however long. Those are the type of people that I really appreciate. It's all over the comments section. There's a lot of, opinions, differences in the, dude, it's great. It's awesome. Love it. Love it. Boom. Sony makes one of the best game systems, but don't optimize their TVs for gaming. Makes no sense. I got to agree that the PlayStation 5 is pretty good, although we do know they capped it at 32 gigabits per second, right? Isn't it capped 32? So it can never really, it'll never, listen, I don't know how important 444 is at this point. Like that was a huge talking point with the C9 in 2019 or 2020, whatever, and I don't know what is like 444 chroma even, but I'll tell you this, LG gives you that little cheat window there. You can see what exactly the stuff is pushing. Sony makes beautiful stuff, man. I mean, they do. But I don't agree with okay. So just a few years ago, Sony's put out these TVs. And they're like, buy it now. We'll give you 120 frames per second VRR and all that. And it's taken 2 years plus for any of that stuff to happen, or for it to start happening after like a year and a half. And consumers are cool with that. That's the issue I have. That's why I've gravitated toward LG. They tell you what you're getting with the display. It's written on the box and it's ready. You don't wait for anything. I don't know. That seems like a good thing. I get what I pay for when I pay for it. Sony, they don't care. They are running on reputation alone, in my opinion. They do make great displays. They make great gaming consoles. Like, honestly, I've been thinking about going back to a Sony. But that PS5 is hideous, y'all. I'm sorry. The PS5 is hideous. It is so ugly. The PS3 was beautiful. The PS4 was so-so. That PS5 is ugly, y'all. I'm just saying. Just saying. And I like to hide everything anyway. Like, all you see on my wall is a display. And you won't see the in-wall speakers if it's nighttime outside. So anyway, just a reminder, I'm going to do a video about all the ways I screwed up my home theater build here, which is still pretty good. I'm going to do a lot of double talk and jive in that video, telling you where I screwed up and why it's okay, because save you the times, the suspense. We got to work with what we have. You know, I don't have tens of thousands of dollars to remodel a room and fill it with the best gear, right? I'm an average dude, just like most all these people, right? 444 gives you full color volume, but the game systems only run 442, 422 currently. That is correct. You only push 444 when you're at like 8 bits and you're using a 1080p image, which, by the way, I happen to do. Since we don't have the internet and that situation is all kind of crazy, we do kind of have the internet. It's called Red Tip. But anyway, I am going back to The Evil Within. I just booted it up the other night. I've played that game through about 4 times. This is probably my 5th time. It is one of the greatest horror survival games that I have ever encountered, ever played. The Evil Within 2 is trash. Don't even think about it. But The Evil Within, y'all, that game, I think that game's like '06 or something. It is phenomenal. So I actually dipped my console back down to 1080p. I don't even do 120 frames a second. I do 60 frames, you know, at 1080p, and that game looks phenomenal on the C10 or the C1. So I'm super excited about that. And Dwayne, maybe you can help me out with this too. So 444 is going to be great for text, right? For small things we have to see clearly. I'm not so sure that's a huge benefit to us in the gaming world, but I want to give you a lot of credit. Sony does make a beautiful, graphically, they make beautiful games, man. There's just no doubt about it. They're amazing. But here's another thing, and maybe this is games in general, y'all. But like Batman, all the Batman series, y'all, that game is the same. The Spider-Man games, they're. Do I remember Silent Hill, my guy? I love it. Love it, dude. Love it, brother. And coincidentally, I also think that's one of the best video game movies, dude. Ever. Love that movie. Silent Hill, the second, what's that called? Silent Hill starts with an R. I can't remember. But not as good as the first one. The first one that was on fire. Evil Within, good times. Was in my early 20s when that came out. I think I was too, man. I think I was too, right? Yes, I was. I was born in 81. Yeah, so yeah, dude, you and I probably have the same experience, man. And here's another thing that maybe it's changed over games. Like, I don't know, but back in that time, you know, you would buy the Evil Within or Dead Space 1 or 2 or something. Oh man, let me plug in my battery. You would buy those games, whether it be on PC or console, and I always put on the easiest setting because those games were meant to be played 2-3 times over. Most of in the first play through the game, you don't have the weapons unlocked or the skill level unlocked to say go through something to do. Like in the Evil Within, in one of the very earliest after you crash the ambulance. Man, I haven't played this in forever, but I just remember that game so well. I'm so excited to play it. You go through this, you wake up in an ambulance, and you go through the forest for a while, and you come across like 20 or 30 zombie guys and gals. And you have a 6-shooter with like 4 bullets in it. So you have to sneak around those people. Now, on the second playthrough of the game, you start the game with all your weapons and ammo and all your abilities. So that second playthrough is much easier, and then it just gets easier and easier the more you, even though you up the difficulty level, say from easy to medium to hard, whatever. Now you have the weapons and the cachet, I guess, right, to deal with the situations in game, and that those are some like Dead Space is the same way, right? Beautiful, beautiful, man. Resident Evil Village is probably the best looking horror game. Yeah, dude, I bought that game as soon as it came out. I just I didn't care for it, man. But you're right. At the time, it was just incredible. I was PlayStation 3, and there was just such a leap from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3. You know, from Xbox 360 to Xbox One, the leap was just so big. Or to whatever was the next Xbox. I don't know. I didn't know it. But Yeah, that's the way the games were back then. So I'm so excited because even though I can't be like downloading and playing, say like Warzone or something, I can go back and play those. Hey, Luke, what's up, brother? Oh, my guy got the S95B yesterday. My man. Okay, we're gonna get it straight from your mouth, dude. I'm sure it's beautiful. Congratulations on the new display. Did you go 55 or 65, my man? And please tell us. How do you feel? Like, like, what's your experience, my man? Um, man, I'd love to have you on, dude. Should just be able to send you an email or something, right? 65, my guy. I tell you what. So I was saying earlier, Luke, man, that I got a message about the C1 service menu. The C1 price is off the charts right now. Thank you, QD-OLED. Big win for everybody. QD-OLED with another win. Everything's coming down. I love it. I still contend it's like a new category of displays, maybe. I'll send it over. Okay, awesome. Awesome. How do we do that? How do we do that? Press the invite button. I will copy it to my clipboard, and then I can emails it to you, I believe, as soon as this thing starts to work. It says loading. I've never tried this before, buddy. I should have practiced. Okay, copy to clipboard. Okay, it's copied. Let's see here. Email. Let's see. Oh man, that's great news, Luke. Yeah, I would love to have you. Like, I'm trying to figure this out right now, brother. So I got the thing. I copied it to my clip. Copy to clipboard. Copied. All right, and now, man, my let me just go ahead and pull up Gmail and see if it'll do it that way. All right, I'm missing you guys in the comment. Hang on. I'm trying to figure it out. I'll figure it out. Hang on. Okay. Let's see. Congrats on the new display. Hell yeah. I just wish we had 77 QD this year. Yeah, dude. For sure. Okay. All right. So Luke, okay, I'm gonna copy this link right there. Yeah. Okay, look. Can I do it like this? Can you paste? Can I paste that? I don't know, Luke. Can you do some of that, bro? I don't know what's going on here, y'all. I'm so not knowing what I'm doing right now, but anyway, so we're at Luke has got his new display. And the S95B, like I said, the C1 prices right now, y'all, are just ridiculous. All thanks to the S95B. So that's really good. And also our color volume is supposed to be much better, much better. Yeah, I don't know how this stuff works, bro. See, I think I gotta like, okay, it's copied. Yeah, Luke, I think I gotta have your email, bro. So Luke, if you're cool, just paste your email. If you're cool with that, paste your email down here, and I'll try to do that way. I think we were at. I get to show a whole lot of mistakes I made with my home theater. Right, that's where we're at before the big man. I bet you, Luke is just so happy right now, man. Side note, I was looking at there we are. Hello, brother.
Hey, what's up, man?
There you go, brother.
I made it.
made it. What's up, man? Good to
not
hear.
much,
Hey,
dude.
this is awesome, bro. So we get to hear from you firsthand. What was your first impressions right out of the box, my man?
Wow, I watched it pretty much all day yesterday, to be honest with you, because I really wanted to give it some time to sink in, and I have some impressions of it. I mean, the thing I'm wrangling with a little bit is it worth $3,000? I don't know. I mean, honest to God, the picture in HDR is phenomenal. It really, really
Oh,
is.
I bet.
It's that good. But it's got a bug on it that's really driving me nuts, and I hope it gets taken care of with a firmware update. And what happens is it keeps changing picture modes on me. Like,
Oh, man.
yeah, dude, I'll have it like set on, say, a movie, and I'll go in there, and it won't be on movie anymore. It'll be on normal, and it keeps doing that, and it's driving me. I mean, it's doesn't do it all the time, but it's done it enough where, and every time it does it, I can see it on the picture.
Yeah, well,
So
yeah,
it's a yeah.
I'm sorry, excuse me. Yeah, you
No, go
should
ahead.
be able to see it because I believe what's happening, brother, is the display is shifting the color space on you. It'll be taking it from Rec 709 to BT 2020 or DCP3,
Yeah,
DCI-P3. That I
yeah,
just heard. Maybe it
yeah,
was Classy or Vincent talking about it, but that
yeah,
seems to be the case. Also, it's on the AVS forums. Um, but they'll get that straight, dude. They'll get it
yeah,
straight. I think the reality of the situation is these days, brother, when we buy a product, it's just incomplete. And
yeah.
Samsung, I think, has a better firmware. In my mind, they're a little better on firmware than, say, Samsung or Sony. I think Sony, for me, has dropped the ball hardest on firmware updates. But yeah, let me give you comfort, man, and just tell you, I think that Samsung probably knows that's a problem, and I think they're gonna. I'd give it 30 days, man, before they have a firmware update to probably rectify that.
I even reached out to Samsung last night, and I'm like, I just got this TV. I really like it, but and they told me to do the reset and the same old bullshit.
Yeah,
But
same old shit. Yeah, all right. Unplug it
sorry
completely.
about
Take it
sorry,
off, turn it
swear.
back on. Yeah, no, you're good, brother. Hey, we're
Okay.
free thinkers around here, my man. You tell it how it is, right?
But
Um,
honestly, dude, I mean the picture quality, like especially like when I went on YouTube and I put on like the HDR on. Oh my god, wow! It was that good, man. It really is.
that's incredible. That's great news.
Now the
Great news.
SDR quality, it's no better than like a regular like LG C1 or I've always had LG panels. All my OLEDs have always been LG, and the SD quality, yeah, it's brighter, but I would
Yeah,
say
you're right.
it's brighter,
LG's
but the
FD is not good.
processing's probably around the same. I would say as far as the upscaling on it, it looks good, but it's not going to blow you away by any
Oh yeah,
means.
Sony really knocks it out of the park with
Sony's
that
Sony's
scale.
got that under wraps,
Oh
no
yeah.
doubt.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
And
for
the
sure.
thing with me is I'm not a gamer, so I don't play.
There
I'm
you
not
go.
like right.
There you
I
go.
got it more for the HDR. I guess I was just with the new technology. I wanted to see it myself because I'm like, come on, it can't be as good as everybody's saying it is, but it's that good. It is.
Yeah, I think when we like because now I would guess that we have Dwayne Phillips here. Ever since updates became a thing, tech and games are always incomplete. Yeah, that's true. We were speaking. Sorry, I do that all the time. I just hop to a comment and then I lose where I'm at. But
No, go ahead, bro.
um, I don't even really recall what the thought was. Something about Samsung and we were at upscaling, and I lost the thought because I read the comment. But it's fine. I think the biggest thing I want to. Oh yes, I'm sorry. Here's the
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
that we're now at like if we consider the S95B, let's just say it's normal. Okay, we're now at 1,000 nits all the time, right?
yes, yeah,
That's what's going to take people by storm, and that color
yeah.
volume. Um, I just
Incredible.
had a feeling that what was going on in the community, I mean, it it was something to see. To be honest with you, I learned a lot about the AV community here on YouTube, and I learned a lot about YouTube. To be honest with you, and
Yeah,
I agree that it's going to. I have not seen one in person, but I
yeah.
agree that you can just see what it's doing to the market already. And
Mm,
again, the WRGB OLED panels they're just going down, man. And
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
see how I do see like LG is going to ask for premium money for that G2.
yeah.
However, it's going to be at 950. I bet you it's going to reach maybe right around 950. And when we're talking 50 nits, but I think with the G2, one thing that people are missing is you get
Mm,
a 5-year warranty with that G2
that's nice.
manufacturer
That is
warranty.
nice.
That's
That is
that's what it
nice.
is. It's not a 1 year. manufacturer warranty. It's 5 years, and you're paying for the quality control. I will say this to you though. I definitely agree. I wanted to highlight this because I'm always talking about LG's good stuff. Their SDR, man. Yeah, it's not great. But I will say, once I used Calman Home for LG and calibrated both my C10 and C1, 1080p content coming out of a good Blu-ray player does look phenomenal now.
No doubt, no doubt.
But it took work to get it there, brother. It wasn't out of the box.
Yeah, I got a 77-inch C10. That's right in
beautiful.
front.
That's what I got here. Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I would never, and I tell people this, I would never go down. I would not like go down from a 77 to a 65-inch, QLED. I wouldn't do it, man. I wouldn't do it.
But you did.
I wouldn't personally.
Right?
No. I have the C10. It's in my living room. The 65-inch is in my bedroom.
Oh my Lord. Oh my God. I'm so glad you said that, brother. Let me ask you this. This is my biggest question to you right here. Are you not just blowing your eyes out at night though?
No.
It's not like, okay.
No, it's not that bad. But it's definitely, I've always had OLED. So having something this bright is definitely an adjustment for me.
Dude, I thought it was just going to blow out my
And
eyes.
I've been running it nonstop because I'm trying to break it in.
Yeah.
But I did wake up last night. I was like, holy shit, man.
It
feels like somebody had a spotlight on me.
Yeah. Wakes you right up, man. I was looking at the C1 yesterday. We're now, so I have basically 2 viewing environments now, but the C1 is in a room full of windows and no curtains. Unlike this living room has curtains. And I'm gonna tell you what, it was bright outside. It was like 4 o'clock yesterday when I saw this. And what were the kids were watching? The Meg is what they were watching. And if you've seen that movie, it's very bright movie. Great HDR in that movie.
Oh,
and,
excellent. Good movie.
The C1, brother, I was like, wow, dude. I'm having no issues in here with this brightness in the C1. It kind of shocked me because I do most all my viewing is at nighttime in a dark light controlled room. So I've always been afraid, brother, of the QD-OLED in a sense. And that's why I'd like to hear you a little bit more talk about your bedroom experience with that, because I'm afraid in that dark viewing environment, it's going to hurt me. You go ahead and take it over for me.
No, I don't think it. I watched a couple movies last night on it, and I had no problem. Didn't bother me.
Awesome.
So
good to know.
It's just like I said, when I saw the HDR content on YouTube, that's when it really hit me. Like, wow, this TV it's pretty incredible. I mean, what they have done with it. Yeah,
I can only imagine.
Yeah,
I can only imagine.
I was a little. I'll be honest with you. Before I got it, because I watch a lot of classy like you do. I watched, the regular guys, and he was really hip on it, and then he kind of went the other way. I was like, oh man,
pretty quick.
But he's right though, because the thing is, it does have bugs. There's no doubt about it, and he was just being straight up about it. The only thing I would have said to him was maybe not put the video out as fast. Maybe give it a week or two before he put the video out.
That's right.
That way, when you put it out, because with the first video he put out, he's like, "Oh my God," basically shitting all over LG.
He wasn't the only one, brother. It was.
No, I know. I know. But
for sure. I feel your pain. I feel you, dude.
I like Classy. This is not the. I love Classy.
Yeah,
and I love Whispered. All those guys. They're great, man. KG. All those guys. But only thing I would say to them, and maybe in the future, is don't put it out so fast. Give it a week or two, and then you could put out the review and say, "Look, this is the deal. It's got a great picture, but it's got bugs. And if you can't, if you're not willing to deal with the bugs, then maybe you should wait until it gets updated and blah blah blah." Because honestly, I probably wouldn't have bought it if I knew it had the bugs. No, because of the bugs.
I mean, with the bugs, I understand.
With the bugs, I would have waited and make sure they work everything out, because it's $3,000 plus tax, man. It's $3,200. It's a lot of money, dude.
And I feel like Samsung, though, they were really, really smart market wise. No one expected that technology to be that price. So and then it's like
that's true.
You hit the market, and then they kind of like. After a week, they put it on sale.
That's true.
Like, what the? True. So they like really they were so aggressive. Yeah. And I'm here's something else I didn't like coming from the community was well, you better buy these panels before they run out on Black Friday. And I'm just thinking, I'm laughing like,
Nah, that ain't
there's
gonna
no
happen.
way.
I don't see that. I don't see that happening.
Running
No.
out. You know,
No.
and that just the whole community drove it so hard. And I was listening to a stream early on in this mess with them boys, and there's a few of them on there, and they just kind of ignored my comments. You know, and I've interacted with them boys plenty of times. It's been very pleasant. I love those guys. But they straight ignored, you know, all I had to say to them was, guys, just admit you screwed up and move on. Like, it's easy. Don't tell me that you jumped the gun a little bit and then go right back to jumping the freaking gun. That's exactly what happened. They're like, oh, my bad, but this is the greatest display ever made. Aliens made it. And I'm like, yo, bro, just calm down. And my last point about Lassie, who I love to death, is that
I do too,
I knew he's an accuracy guy, brother. And I know
he's a calibrator, I mean, that's what he does for a living. Yeah.
You know, like, and I just had a feeling that after a while that Samsung was going to wear on him for some accuracy issues, which, you know, again, that thing out of the box is like Delta Era 3. It's really, really good. It's, you know.
Vincent put out that video kind of like slamming those guys in a way. And I think it made them maybe look more into what he was saying. And then they started. I mean, honestly, I'm not a calibrator, but I don't even know what they're talking. I don't see this big difference in picture they're talking about. I don't see it, dude. I mean, I went back and forth with my CX, and I do not see.
There you go.
I don't see it, dude.
I love it. I love the honesty, honestly.
Dude, only thing I see is it's brighter, it's more vibrant, it pops more, but the colors look accurate to me. I mean, if you're going to sit there and go scene by scene and come on, who's doing that, man? No, we're not doing that. We just want to enjoy the picture, man. I'm not sitting there analyzing come on.
Every TV that comes out, no matter what it is, QD-OLED, LCD,
that's their job.
They all say
that's their job. Yeah.
They're like the skin tone thing. Like, oh, the skin tone's on this display. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I don't care what TV's in front of me. Like, here's my thing. If you're spending $2,500 and up on a display in 2022, you're going to have a good display out of the box. You're going to have a nice picture. Like 95% of all display owners, TV owners is really what we are. Nobody goes and calibrates. And I was so sick of not being able to find a calibrator that I just bought LG Calman Home and a colorometer and
did it yourself.
Figured it out, which Glassy let me know. And actually I got another great buddy in this community, Corey Hawkins. He let me know, dude, without that spectrometer, like my measurements there, and it's a visible difference. My display looks so much better, but it's not dead on because I don't have that spectro. And brother, we're talking some money. Yeah. So for me to calibrate properly 2 or 3 displays within 4 or 5 years, I'm not dropping 10 grand.
I was going to say probably 10 grand. Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. That's not even the best spectrum.
I like this comment that Hamza left. There's a honeymoon period with any new TV you buy happens to the best of us. But let me just say this, Hamza. I know what you're saying, but I'm trying to be real objective about it. Honestly, I'm telling you how I feel about it. And, like I said, if I had to go back, I wouldn't have bought the TV because of the bugs. Not saying it's not great. It is. But me, I don't know. I've never got an LG. I've had the C8, C9, and the C10. And I've never had a bug like this on any of them. This is a pretty good size. I mean, when it's changing your picture modes, that's not good, dude.
Yeah, and like you said, I think it's so noticeable because they're changing the color space on you, and then bam, or at least that's what the video was. I can't remember. I think Vincent put out that. I don't remember who put out that video, but they were, maybe I read that on AVS. They're summarizing that when it switches those picture modes, it's because it's taking out of whatever color space you're in and changing it. So that would be so noticeable to me, to my eye. Because I turn on my displays all the time, and I'm like, wait a minute, I must have been watching in a bright room yesterday because this.
I know. You know how I noticed it was with the brightness. I could just and I would go back to the settings and I'd look, and it's beyond like normal. I'm like, dude, what's going on, man? Why is it? Then I thought maybe it's something with the Apple. Apple. I got the Apple TV 4K. I said, maybe it's something with that. No. And then I tried. It did it with that, and then it did it in the Tizen, and I'm like, no, it's a bug, man. It's a bug. Dwayne, Dwayne left it. Yeah, that's true, Dwayne. Classy never said it was the most accurate. There's no doubt.
No,
There's
no,
no
no.
doubt
And I
about it.
love Classy. Like, I don't want to get it twisted,
Yeah.
but I also want to
Oh,
be
me
honest
too.
about the community. I don't want to put it all on Classy. The whole community
No.
just they dicked up, man, and it was ridiculous. And here's one thing I was saying before that display came out, or right when it dropped. I said, y'all, Samsung is notorious for the ARC problems. If you're hooking up to a soundbar or a dedicated receiver pre-pro, you're going to have issues. That's what
Yeah, I
it
haven't
is.
had any of those. I got mine hooked up to a Vizio, and no problems whatsoever.
Well,
I'll
thank
be
you for
honest
calling
with
me a liar, sir. No, I'm kidding. That's good to know. That's great to know, actually.
Well, that
But
maybe
that's
I
great
just
to
got
know.
lucky. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would hope that they got those things under control, man, because it was years. I had Samsung displays for years, and I loved them, but I realized after I bought my OLED that they just weren't accurate. They were bright and vivid, much like my Vizio was. I had a Vizio P60.
Yeah.
It was a nice video. It was the first
a
display that year that had Dolby Vision and HDR. It was a beast of a display. And I sold it after a year because I just kept thinking, like, the greens and reds are way too vibrant. And at nighttime, even on a calibrated dark mode, it just didn't seem tame enough. And then I got the OLED C8 and my whole world changed, and hey, I'm not stuck on WRGB technology. And I'm a little pissy with LG because it occurs to me with the new Samsung drop that they've been slow rolling their WRGB OLED technology for years. They could have given us the pictures we have on our displays 4 or 5 years ago. They chose not to because then they will have nothing to sell us the next year.
Right.
So, LG's not without their fault. And I think that's a huge criticism for them right now is I don't appreciate that from LG. Like, I think Dwayne said earlier the A90J, he said that's a beast of a TV, and it is. It's amazing. That's again one of the things I was saying, man. You're going to shell out that kind of money for a display. You're going to have a good display.
The problem with the A90J is, and it's a great TV. It's the same price as the Samsung, so that's kind of where, But
I don't think
you can't go
off that either because
Dwayne.
Very
the thing is this: you can't go wrong with any of these TVs. To be honest with you,
Right.
They're all beautiful. I don't care if it's a LG, Sony, OLEDs. They're beautiful TVs, man.
Yes,
they
sir.
just are. There's not a huge difference. There's just not.
The only time I really see differences is when I go to I'm helping my little girl, on her. She has a 4K, TCL. Then I see. Then I'm like, oh wow, that's $200-$300 TVs, not quite right.
Right, of course. Yeah, no doubt.
Two Samsung. Oh, this is a good one. Dwayne's guys. I have two Samsungs. I've calibrated both and still won't call them accurate. That's just Samsung. I'm waiting for the Sony A95K. Hey, Dwayne, I really love the honest feedback there, dude. That's why I love this community, man. That's why I love you right now.
And I would have got the Sony myself, but I just didn't want to spend $4,000, man.
Yeah,
that's really what that was another grand. I'm like, oh, man,
that's what I was
for
thinking.
65-inch. Then I'm thinking what I could get for $4,000. I'm like, Jesus, I could get damn near an 83-inch, for that kind of money. So it's like,
but
I'm sure the Sony's going to have their shit together as far as,
they're
there's no doubt in my mind,
dude.
No doubt. There's no doubt about it.
And then I think I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying for $4,000, they should knock it out.
I totally agree. Because, and here's another thing. Like these companies act like that, Sony, Samsung, like I'm not going to be out here buying a new TV every year, y'all. So that's not happening. I mean, I did it kind of 2 years in a row with the C10 and C1. I kind of got sucked into the thing. And I wanted, McKenna was always, she was always complaining, I want a game on the C10. I'm like, all right, well, how about I buy you a better one? So I bought the 65 C1, and I'm in love with that display.
Yeah, dude.
And to be fair to the boys, I did want to throw this in there. To be fair to all the boys in the community, even across the pond, those boys across the pond over there, they were 100% correct. Like looking through a camera or filming the QD-OLED next to an OLED, I'm positive, even though I've never been in front of the QD, I'm positive that just doesn't come through on the camera. It doesn't translate. So I believe them when they're saying like, hey, Like if the camera's not picking this up,
It definitely doesn't. It definitely.
I think it made it easy for everybody just to get so hyped up about it.
It definitely doesn't, though. I mean, it really is. It's pretty wild, man. It's pretty wild. It really is. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, Dwayne's exactly right on this one too, man. You can't go wrong with the top three.
Yeah, I agree with Dwayne. Absolutely, 100%.
Especially when you're in. And it was really interesting to hear Dwayne talk about the calibration on the Samsungs. I think the last Samsung wait a minute, it was two displays ago. It was a plasma. That thing was so beautiful, bro. And I gave it up because I was a gamer, and every time I would turn off Call of Duty, I would see a compass in the corner of the screen, and I'd freak out, and then I'd cycle some content through it for a couple of hours and go away. I was so scared of that display. I sold it to a buddy of mine, and he probably still has that thing today. But
this is my first Samsung. I've never owned a Samsung. I never had.
Oh man, there's a reason that their top end, man, is really good. Their top end is really good. I've owned
LG and Sony. That's been my two.
I've had them all, man. I've had Vizio, TCL.
Never had Vizio. No.
Man, my first greatest TV I remember, brother, was a Color Track 2000, an RCA Color Track 2000. It was from like 1995 or something.
Oh wow!
Huge TVs, the big tube TVs, and that thing was awesome though back in the day. That's the first one I remember. But so I've pretty much dabbled with a lot of it, except for Panasonic. I don't think I've had a Panasonic. But from what I understand, I'm not missing much because I hear on the ABS1 and stuff that they don't calibrate as well. For whatever reason, the LGs really seem to calibrate well. They're really calibrator friendly, is what they say in the communities and stuff. Luke, what content looked best on your S95B? No difference, obviously, with HDR. What do you say, brother?
It's definitely the HDR. I mean, anything with real quality HDR content. I don't know if you guys have like a really good Blu-ray player. Like I got the Panasonic, I think it's the UB, 800 or something.
Oh, the 820. That's my dream player.
Yeah. That's.
So have you tone mapped?
Or not? No, I don't know if it's the 820. It costs like 500 when I bought it.
That's the 820, brother. So you can tone map that.
Yes, you can tone. Yes.
Oh my lord! So you can tone map it to 1,000 nits. So whatever. Oh my lord, you're set up, brother. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so peanut butter jealous right now, dude.
You got the FOMO, huh?
Can't even express to you, man. I'm telling you, I really want that player, brother. I've been waiting for it to go on sale. It's not going any lower than this. They're not going to put it back on sale.
Nah, I love it. I've had it for a couple of years. And you put in a disc because I still believe in physical media. I buy the movies. I got a big movie collection, and you put a movie in that player on that. Holy shit, does it pop, man?
Wow. Here's something else that I've realized with my older Blu-ray collection, my friend, is that these things have Atmos soundtracks on them. So, like, I've fallen in love with a lot of my old favorite, like, dude, Demolition Man on Blu-ray with, you remember that movie, Sylvester Stallone?
Sure do. Absolutely.
That movie looks phenomenal on my C10, brother. I mean, it looks incredible.
Dude, you get that Panasonic, and I don't care what disc you put in there, it looks phenomenal because it upscales everything. I don't care if it's a regular DVD. Everything I throw in that. Like, I have a lot of concert DVDs, too, because I like a lot of music.
Yes.
So I slap a Metallica in there. Oh, my God, dude. It's like you're right there, right in front of the show, man.
Man, that's awesome, dude. That's one of the things that I also discovered. When I put this home theater together, it was a living room home theater, so I had to disguise it and everything. I learned two things very quickly about home theater that I did not know when I was a kid and had a 5-1 setup, and it was really nice. The two things I learned was video gaming is incredible on a good home theater system. The visionality, like the directionality you can get with the audio is amazing, and music DVDs, something on 5.1, such as like I have Megadeth, some really cool stuff, Led Zeppelin.
Man,
it's up mixed to 5.1 audio, and that is a different experience, man. Listening to your favorite music on a good Blu-ray, it's a totally different experience.
Throw some Pink Floyd in there, dude. Oh my God, some live Pink Floyd.
I've been waiting to get one. 3 seashells, my man. 3 seashells.
There you go.
Great.
But
That's
anyway,
great.
man, try to get that player, that
Happy.
Panasonic. I'm telling you, that is the player to get. It really makes
Oh
that much
man,
of a difference. Yeah.
I believe you. I've read it. I've looked into it so much.
I mean,
I
I
really
wanted to get the Oppo, the 203, but you can't find them anymore. Now, then
I
they
don't
want
think
crazy money for them. They don't make them
the
now.
Oppo doesn't tone map though.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, you can't do that from the Oppo. So I don't
No.
even care about that thing anymore. I'm all about that Panasonic, and I don't even care that
Oh,
stupid little flap has to open for the distance. To come out. Like, I don't even care about that, y'all. I just want the ability to tone map. Because one thing I don't like about any display, y'all, I don't want the display tone mapping for me. I want the display to receive the signal, and I want the display to be able to reproduce that signal with no problems. So Dwayne can probably correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe every display has to tone map. I just want it to, I guess, reproduce the exact signal it gets. So if we can make sure our source signal, whether it be audio or video, is impeccable coming into these higher end displays, we should be able to get what we're after, that high end sound or that high end video. Yes. So that's one of the things that I really like about that player.
Now, does Dwayne have Does he have the Samsung, the S95?
He says he has two of them. I don't know if he's not. I don't believe so. Through the comments, it looks like he's waiting for the Sony A95K.
Oh, okay.
Which,
I don't blame him. I don't blame him
either.
If you can afford it, go for it, man.
Yeah, that's a good move.
And I could have afforded it. I just didn't want to, it's a new technology. I'm like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, at a certain point, like the last couple of years, I've been sitting around and I've been looking at my C10, my C1, and I've just been thinking like, okay, so you can put out a C2, but it's not going to be better than what I've got, really. It's just not.
Right. I wouldn't.
I was so shocked yesterday or the other day when I saw that C1 in that bright room and the Meg at bright, and I was thinking to myself, I've been just hearing for years that OLEDs can't do a bright room, so I've always controlled the light coming in. Like I have a big bay window here, but it's the same curtains on that window as our back here, and they're kind of blackout curtainish.
Yeah.
So they do a good job. I've always been able to control the light.
Supposedly the G2, the new the G2, can get up there to like 1,000 nits.
950, I think, is what it measured, right? 950. Okay. And
good.
Here's the other thing I like about that is it measured 950 on a 10%. All these other things that I think like Samsung and everybody else, Sony, they're measuring their peak brightness at like a 1 or 2% window. Maybe Dwayne can correct me if I'm wrong on that. But I believe LG tries to push that more 10% window size, which I appreciate a little more, even though you're probably not going to have a 10% of your screen that needs to be that bright.
Yeah.
I just think it's good that the TVs supposedly can do all these things and handle these.
Yeah, Classy's getting a G2, the 83-inch. So
I know it. He announced it, man.
That's going to be crazy, man. Yeah, I was watching that too.
I just had to laugh to myself because I was like, man, I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen because he feels. I should say I feel a lot like him. I want to say why I love Classy so much because this dude, I don't know that Dwayne knows because Dwayne's a calibrator. The amount of time he has to put in front of a display and in front of his equipment to get to even draw the conclusions he can.
Yeah,
dude, it's amazing. It takes a lot, and that dude does a lot of work for us.
Oh, so there's no doubt. Yeah. All these guys do. Cool. They really do. They really put in a lot of time because it takes a long time to put out these videos. It's a lot of, like you said, it's a lot of work. And I know for one, I appreciate it. I really do. Yeah. And anything I could do to try to help them as far as their channel goes, I'm all for that. I really am.
Yeah, man. I love those guys, dude.
I do too. Yep.
Yeah.
Whisper Status. I love Whisper Status. Great. Brian's a great guy too.
Oh, dude.
FOMO. Stop the FOMO. Another. Yeah.
True story, man. Brian, I give him, like, he's the one that pretty much convinced me to get on YouTube and not like we didn't have this conversation directly or personally or anything, but that's a supportive dude, man. Yeah, and he's always like, hey, if you catch a live stream of his, dude, all he's doing is like, hey, man, you got a video on it? Link it. And I would just make comments. I don't have a video. So anyway, just dealing with him for a long time, dude. That guy is so welcoming. I think he's a huge part of the community, man.
Yeah, he's all about the community. He really is. He's there to help people. He's there to help people.
I love me some Techno Dad too, man.
Oh,
Love me
I
some
love
Techno Dad, man. Them high
I
five
like
boys.
Techno Dad too.
Them
Yeah.
high five boys, dude.
Yeah, he's great. Techno Dad's great.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. I have an old CFL Samsung and a Q70R, but I've calibrated lots of Q90s, QN90As. They come out great, just not accurate as LG or Sony. Very good to know, my friend. 10% on WRGB OLED, no matter the brand. Thank you for the clarification, sir.
Yeah,
I hate
definitely.
to pass bad information, and I just lied to all of you. So I'm glad that Dwayne was around to correct that dude, because I don't want to be that guy. Basically, this is just me talking shit. I mean,
Yeah.
But yeah, Brian, he's real cool like that, and I love the high five boys too, man. The daily high five boys were really good with me, dude, and I kind of gave them a lot of stuff for not covering the MC1. I really thought they should have done that, and they didn't. But they gave me the opportunity.
You say high five boys?
Oh, the daily high five, yeah, with Techno Dad. Techno Dad's
okay.
part of that crew. All right, so you got Techno Dad, Aaron's Audio Corner, Joe and Tell, and Youth Man. Right?
I've never seen that.
Man, check their dude. They do a podcast every Monday called the Daily High Five, and it's all four of them dudes.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
I like all those. I know all those guys. Singles.
Yeah. They're awesome, man. They They were really willing to have me on and call in and talk about the Emotiva MC1. And they were really good sports about it, because I kept hitting them upside the head with, like, I don't know why y'all are covering this, but they're great guys, man. Very encouraging, and I think I was saying, Luke, before you got here, I was so happy to find out that there's 505 subscribers to this community right now, and that's not a big number. That doesn't mean anything to anybody, but I thought about it real hard today, and I was like, all of the people that have subscribed to this community, I think they're free thinkers. And I think that everybody that has subscribed to this community has the ability to not only accept new information, but change their opinion on old information. And the one reason I draw that conclusion is because I've never asked anyone to like or subscribe to this content. I've never asked anybody for anything. I think people are smart enough to figure out what they want to see and what they don't want to see. So I just every YouTuber in the world says like and subscribe. I don't have a problem with them doing it, but it's so redundant and sounds so like you have to say that to make a video. No, you don't. That's number one. And number two, you don't have to be out here trying to brainwash people. Like, hey, like my stuff, dude, like it if you do, don't if you don't, move along if you don't, stay if you love it, or you like it, whatever. So to see this community, and the reason I was thinking about that is because the Daily High Five boys really helped me out, man. And I was just thinking about the community, and that's pretty freaking awesome. And you came in right on the tail end of that, so I just wanted to do that again. Right,
I appreciate you inviting me on. It's the first time I've been live on any.
Man, it's awesome, dude. I'm really cool. I'm really appreciative that you hopped in the chat. I got one, and send me a link. I'm like, hell, right. That's another thing about this community that I realized over the last year that I've been doing it all wrong, my friend. You see, it should have been me and you from the beginning, or me and anybody else in this community that wanted to share their information, their opinion. I'm all about information sharing here on this community, in this community, on this platform. And I just think it's great. And we don't have to agree. We can disagree, but the conversation is what's important.
But you'll get different opinions, which is nice too.
That's right. That's right. Nice, and we get to talk about those opinions, and
absolutely.
And dude, that's why I love these 505 people right now, man. I just can't, to me, it's incredible. Yeah. Like, I don't even know 505 people, brother. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't either. I don't either.
There's 500 people out there that are like, you mean you're not beating me over the head with whatever you're trying to sell? Like, no, I'm not. Dude. These are my experiences, and I want your experiences too, brother. That's why I appreciate you coming on and telling us all that cool shit. Like, there's not been much said about that S95B bug. So I think that's really important.
I wish you could see it, dude. I wish you could see it yourself.
Oh, I will, my friend. I will.
I wish you lived across the street. I'd say,
oh man, that would be awesome.
You can make a video and
right. I just walk right on over with my cell phone, man. Right. Yeah, Dwayne says, "Whisper Status is how I got into display calibration 3 years ago." That's awesome, dude. He's not a calibrator, no, but got me into the whole TV world, dude.
Hell yeah.
Brian is awesome, dude. That's my
Yeah, he
guy.
is.
I
Yeah,
was,
Brian's probably my favorite guy. I'll be honest
oh
with you.
yeah,
I've been with him
he's a big
since the
teddy
beginning
bear
of his
too.
channel. But I'll be honest with you, I haven't I probably shouldn't admit this, but the only reason I got back into TVs again, like getting on board with the videos, is because I was looking for a TV myself. But
That's
now
how we
that
do it.
I'm back in the community, now I'm like, I'm going to stick with it. I got away from it for a while because it gets redundant,
It
after a
does,
while. It's like you talk about the same TV, the same this, the same. It's like, holy shit. But
That's
with
what
this
I
new
realized.
technology, I think it's the more people that come out and you hear different opinions on it. I think that it's good for everyone to hear that. I really
Uh,
do.
yeah, let's follow up with Dwayne. He says that's the best part of calibration and the AV space as a whole. You learn something new every day. That's
That's
why I
true.
really enjoy listening to Ninjitian, man. He's always dropping some silly
Oh,
stuff.
he's
Ninjitian
yeah,
will
yeah.
say stuff, and I'll just be in my head like, "What did he just say?"
Hmm.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
like conceptualize what he's talking about, but he's just light years beyond me in a lot of aspects. So
Oh, for
it's really
sure, for
great to
sure.
have those channels here on YouTube. And I want to back up what you were saying here, maybe piggyback on a little bit.
Yeah.
These communities, they do get worn out and they do get stale, and that's one thing that I learned through this experience over the last couple of weeks is like there's more to my life, there's more to your life than TVs, right? And somewhere along the line, dude, I think last year about November, I thought it was like some kind of YouTuber, brother. Like people would hit the channel up and they'd ask a question. If I didn't know, I'd look it up. Let me tell you something. This is what I realized after like a month of that, and a month
Mm,
of my kids being like, "Yo, what are you doing? Come hang out with me." Number one, I don't know anything or everything, and number two, people can look this stuff up themselves. You know what I
true.
mean? Um,
That's true.
and it's just like, I learned that there was so much to my life. And then I did this Batman video. I talked about the Batman. And I'm just not even talking about TVs and stuff. I'm just talking about the Batman. And that
Yeah.
comment section on that video is still blowing up. To this day, it's hilarious to me. I love it.
I
And I
haven't
didn't
seen it.
even
I haven't seen it. Is it good?
um
I've heard mixed reviews on it.
so I don't like to spoil anything. I actually review DVDs and I just talk about their quality
Oh,
sometimes.
okay. All
Sometimes I
right.
do
Well,
that. I
then,
don't
yeah.
talk about the movies. So I'll say this
Okay.
to you. Here's my
Sure.
advice.
Yeah.
Um, I did not enjoy the film because I think it's more modern Hollywood propaganda machine stuff. And that's not what I liked. Contrast that for you, I recently saw The Northman just a couple of days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, and it was not the Batman. It was a totally different experience. Think MCU, if you will, just the modern Hollywood spiel. Um, to be honest, all of these movies are going to have a very elitist feel, and they're
Mm,
telling me how I'm supposed to feel and act, and I'm like, yo, I
mm,
don't really care for that. I come to see a movie to like escape, right? To
mm.
just
For
to just get
sure.
my
Yeah, for
mind off
sure.
of things, right?
No doubt.
So that was the Northman was really cool. I think the Batman was much too long. I just don't want to say much about it except that I didn't
No, it's all
enjoy it
right.
for
You
that
don't have
fact.
to.
I didn't
Mm,
enjoy it for that fact that it felt like really preachy to me. And it was forced, brother. Okay, look, that's what I said in my review. I didn't say
mm.
anything about the politics because believe you me, that movie is about as political as they come. Take that out of it. The
Ah,
movie was
man.
bad.
Oh,
The
is
movie
it?
was bad, dude. They had a
Uh,
scene. I don't want to describe. It's a forced scene where there's music in the background, and it's like, man, I've actually seen a scene just like this a million times before in other movies. So the movie itself to me was just bad. I love the
mm,
concept of making Batman a detective, but by the way, like one of my commenters said, he was a terrible detective in the movie. You
mm.
know, it's like, I mean, I get it. Like, I love a dark, gritty looking film. They filmed
Yeah.
this, a lot of darkness. It's gritty, it's cool, but
The
you know,
politics, yeah, that's a no go.
crappy,
I
dude.
don't like. I
Crappy,
don't
brother.
like that. I don't want to hear about that.
Yeah. I just yeah, I wanna escape. Not everything
Yeah.
has to be a brand message over the head, dude. And that's where we are today in life is whether you're watching football or you go to the movie theater. I just took my kids to see Sonic 2, my man. All right, this is what happened. In Sonic 2, this dude's round in a corner and just out of nowhere, he's like, take your shots. Okay. That's propaganda. Telling my kids to take a bunch of I don't care if people take shots or not. but I don't know why that's in my 5-year-old's movie, man. I just don't like it. So of course, you know, when we get out of the theater, I gotta say, listen, y'all know this is a movie and it's not real. Whatever they say in this movie, you know, it may not be real, but it's a movie, right?
Right.
There was a couple of times in that movie where it was a great movie. I enjoyed it. But again, there's brand messaging everywhere. By the way, if anybody's interested, you should look at that Johnson & Johnson pen job right now because it's being recalled. So some stuff's going on with that. They're restricting the age limits. And let me just say this about it. I'm not going to talk about jabs or anything like that. Here's what I will say. In the modern media, we would have people believe that it's normal for teenagers to drop over from heart attacks. We're telling people it's out here that it's normal for people to have these heart complications, perfectly normal, healthy individuals walking around here, and they go to the gym, they fall over dead. But we're supposed to believe that's normal. Now Johnson & Johnson is actually pulling back one of their assets, and they are restricting it to people of over 18 years of age. It's all very funny, man. It's all very funny. And I just happen to be that person that looks at this stuff and I'm like, wait a minute. You know, that it was just stupid. I'm getting political now. And everybody dipped out. Everybody was like, oh, dude, this dude's starting to talk some real shit. I'm out.
Oh, everybody's
cool.
out, huh? They all
everybody's out. But that's cool. It's all right. I mean, I wish they would just, you know, oh man, look, hold on. Hamza says, I fell asleep at the theater. And I believe he gave me that comment in the section there. But yeah, dude. That definitely. I almost fell asleep 2 times in the theater because honestly, I go to sleep at 10 p.m. anyway. I'm early to bed, early to rise. The movie didn't start till 9:30. So I already knew I was in for it. But y'all, I was so pumped for that movie, man. I really wanted to see a movie that I enjoyed in a movie theater.
Yeah.
The last movie that I probably enjoyed in the movie theater was Covenant, maybe Alien Covenant. Besides The Northman, but other than that, it'd been years, dude. Like Die Hard 3 was great in the theaters. I mean, hey, let me ask you this: do you remember the time when there would be like 3 or 4 huge summer blockbuster movies that would come out every summer? Every month, May, June, July, and August, you'd have 4 months where this huge movie like Independence Day would come out. You know, Jurassic Park would come out.
Yeah,
like we just
and then December, and then in December you'd get the big, you know, right around Christmas they'd start releasing all the big ones too.
That's right. And it would be, you could count on there'd be at least 1 or 2 good movies at the theater that you would really want to see.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
And now I just don't feel that as much. And I talked about this a little bit yesterday in the live stream, but we know for certain now this has happened. Hollywood, like we take a movie like well, there's been any number of them now, but Iron Man in particular, I think it was Iron Man 2 or 3. They went over to China and reshot the end of that film, recut it. They had the actors fly over there. They had all these people redo this stuff, and they released that movie over there, and it's a different movie than what we get here. They've done it in several other movies. They did it in that recent the Beast, Fantastic Beast 3 movie.
I didn't know that. Huh.
They just did it differently. So this is something that I don't think a lot of us are aware of, and I wasn't aware of it until recently. I mean, I kind of knew they were doing. I did not know they went as far as to bring actors back, take them to another whole country, build a whole nother set, rewrite it, and reshoot it for whatever reason. It's absolutely crazy. And the driving force behind it is in China, there's $1 billion market. There's just more people going to the movie theater. In America, if you look at Endgame, Avengers Endgame made about $230, $300 million domestically in the United States. It made over $800 million in China. That makes it a $1 billion film.
Oh.
So that is Disney's goal from here on out. We need a $1 billion film, and we're not getting it from America. There's just not enough people going to a movie theater. They're only going to provide us with $200 or $300 million on the best movies. Yeah. So they make 2 different products now. Isn't it kind of ridiculous, man? Kind of shameless. That's why again, going back to our conversation about the older, like Demolition Man. You know, Time Cop. There's just a bunch of, even Last Action Hero, dude. That movie gets a lot of hate, but The Lethal Weapon. In the 80s and 90s.
RoboCop. Remember RoboCop? Yeah.
Hey, remember the 80s and 90s? They would build something. They would build something just to blow it up.
Terminators. Oh my God, I love the Terminators.
And now it's got to be all CGI, and the CGI. In Kong, what is it? Kong King of Monsters. I'm sorry, Kong King of Monsters. It's Godzilla King of Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-calibration of my displays, I thought that movie was incredible. Post-calibration, I could see just how terrible the CGI was on Godzilla.
Wow.
Because most of that film, he's hidden in the dark, in the smoke.
That's true, yeah. That's true.
When you calibrate your display and now you can see everything that you kind of are meant to see, if that makes any sense, then you see that Godzilla looked like holy hell. But the sound in that movie, I'm running 2 subwoofers.
Fantastic.
The sound in that movie, whoa.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, my guy High Def News says he loved Last Action Hero. Dude, I just got it like a few months ago on 4K. It's not a great, it's better to get it on Blu-ray. Okay, it's not a great 4K transfer. It still looks like a Blu-ray. Actually, it might have a little more film grain, but it's still a great movie, So I bought the 4K, I got the Blu-ray, it's all good. But I love that movie, dude. Yeah, that was like
that's a lot. That was a lot of fun, that movie. I thought it was.
Oh, dude, that's what they should be, right? I'll be honest with you. The Viking was not like, it was a great watch, but it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, the Viking, the Northman, excuse me. The Northman was brutal and it was ritualistic. And I was like watching this film like, damn it, they just do, oh shit. Oh, this is getting bad, y'all. And it just kept getting like that.
I like those movies. I like that.
They told a story too, brother. I think the Northman is not the Batman. The Northman is, I expected plunder, pillage, war, murder. And you get that in the Northman. You don't get as much as you would think, but there's so much more of a story to it, brother. And all the actors and actresses in that film did a phenomenal, dude. I just think they were like, man, we got a really good movie here, y'all. Like, let's do it.
You went to the movies and saw that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So in our new environment, we don't really have internet like talking about. And my home theater is still here. I have not broken it down yet, y'all. I'm so sad. I'm gonna cry. So I don't want to do it. And the home theater's here because at the new location, like I'm not gonna put in walls in there, and then I'm building a baffle wall. I'm gonna build a baffle wall in this home theater. I'm gonna do this home theater totally different.
Nice.
It's a dedicated space. It's not a living room. So it's going to give me the ability to do things differently.
Yeah.
So before I take down all this stuff, I want to document. I just don't even like making videos now, y'all. I just love live streaming. But I do need to make a video about the mistakes that were made in my home theater. And in that same video, I need to let everybody know that it's okay, man. We work with what we have. Because of the way that this area is, I could not space my front left and front right speakers far enough apart. So my front left, right, and center, they're so close together. You can hear separation, but I would rather it be better.
Oh, of course, sure.
That's one of the things that I would like to let people know. But also, that's because the wall stops and it goes down a hallway. Like I had to work with what I had.
Yeah.
So that's okay sometimes, man. I can tell you this. There's never been any one of my friends walk into this home and I say, let me demo this for you. Just what do you want to see? You want to hear something cool? They're like, yeah. They have never gone, no, I don't like that. It doesn't that left and right's a little too close.
No, of course not.
I'm not hearing as much in the background as I want to be. Right. Everybody does the same thing. They're like, holy cow, I feel like I'm in a movie theater. And I'm like, yes, that's the point.
Yeah.
And really all it took was 2 subwoofers to pressurize this room. Once that happened, dude, it was all game over.
It's all about the bass, man. It always is.
That happened, and I will say this, the addition of the Emotiva MC1, y'all, that's the only pre-processor I've ever owned. It is probably the cheapest one on the market you can get. I'm a budget guy. I rolled with it, $999 USD, and let me tell you, I've never heard movies like that before. There is a difference going from AVR to pre-pro. I'm here to tell you, hey, hold up, we got a cool fact. Cool fact, The Northman is based on the story that inspired Shakespeare to write.
That's absolutely
That's incredible.
true.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I read that. Awesome. I read that. Yeah. Yep.
So I do think I recall that the time frame was set in like 74 AD, I think is what they said at the beginning, 74, 75 AD. I should also say this, man. Alexander Skarsgard, I don't know. I'm butchering that, I'm sure. That man put in his work, y'all. I mean, he was juiced to the gills, all right, to make this film. But that doesn't mean that you can take all the PEDs you want and still not have great results. This dude, he really did the work, man, and his physique is phenomenal. The one thing I thought was funny in the film, there's not a lot of shirtless scenes. You don't see his physique a lot, and that's because, in my mind, like when you look at him, his head looks a little small now because the muscle mass, dude. He's just got so much muscle. And I think they purposely are like, all right, we know you look incredible, but we can't exactly have you out here running around without your shirt on because your head looks teeny.
Yeah. Oh,
but I mean, that dude put in his work, man. There's a lot more actors that I thought were in that movie are in the movie. A lot more people that I recognized. I had to go back and look at the cast after I watched the film. I was like, holy cow, these people are awesome. I know them. It's great. And they all put in 100%. I'm not saying that they didn't do that on the Batman, but where the Batman really hurt those actors, those professionals, the guys and girls, they had a shit-ass script to work with. And you can't do, I sand hardwood floors for a living, y'all. I've been doing it for 20 years. And let me tell you something. I can't take a pile of shit and turn it into a salad for you. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
Just either your floor is going to look decent or it's not. Like if your floor looks terrible, it looks kind of, that's what I'm kind of saying about the script. That script was terrible. It was it was bad. And the Northman, it's not, dude. I said in my non-spoiler review, if you go to the theater to see the Northman, you better not be walking in there with 2022 values and mindset. Because 75 AD, y'all, was different. They did different things back then. It was a different time, and did you watch
the Vikings? That show, The Vikings?
I did. I caught the first 3 or 4 seasons. I loved it.
Loved that show, man.
But you know where it falls a little short, brother? I'm going to be honest. It falls a little short of Spartacus Blood and Sand, because in Spartacus, obviously, it was on Stars, so they could show a lot more brutality and nudity as well. And I think of Vikings as an R-rated show. The brutality wasn't quite R-rated. You know what I mean? And there wasn't enough. I'm not saying that there needs to be nudity in a film or in a show, but true to the time, the Spartacus. If you've ever seen that
I didn't see Spartacus. No, I haven't seen Spartacus.
Man, it's a four seasons long.
That's on Stars?
It was, yes. The original actor, I believe his name was Andrew Whitfield. I may be mixing that up. The man contracted cancer after that first season and never, unfortunately, recovered. He's an Australian actor. Most of the actors in that show, Lucy Lawless from
I remember Lucy Lawless. Yeah,
she's a huge role in that series, and she was incredible. It's a really good series, but that gentleman died before they could.
That's too bad.
So they did finish the series, the last 2 or 3 seasons, with another gentleman. But it was really sad because that guy that played Spartacus drew me into the series so hard. Like he was one of those guys that could act really well with his face.
That's really a good actor.
Tell what he was feeling just with his face, not only his words, and they were all so physical. It was like watching the 300, but it was a TV show.
Oh, I love the 300. Oh man,
wasn't it?
That's one of my favorite movies.
Well, I'll tell you now, don't buy it on 4K. If you don't like grain in your movies, do not buy 4K 300.
I have it. Yeah, it's totally
grain. Yeah. It's even more grain than the Blu-ray, the original version. I'm not a grain hater, but that was way too much grain.
Yeah, there's a lot of grain. There's no doubt about that. Still a great movie, though.
Oh, dude, I love it. It's one of my favorites of all time, for sure. That and Sin City, dude. Sin City is still one of my.
Sin City's awesome. Oh, yeah.
Just shot really well, and those films are they're really powerful, man.
Now, did you watch Game of Thrones? Were you a Game of Thrones guy or not?
I avoided it for 2 or 3 seasons, but the talk, everybody was just so I did end up watching it.
I did too. They butchered the ending now. God, they butchered the ending.
It was terrible. It's terrible, man.
It broke my heart, man. I couldn't believe how they ruined that show with the ending. Oh my
Actually,
God,
I thought the end of the show, to be fair, man, I'd caught up to it by season 5, I think. So everything beyond season 5, like I had to watch real time with everybody else.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But I missed the first 3. I didn't care. I just binge watched them and caught up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where
That's
that
what I
show
did too.
died to me was when they killed Jon Snow in the beginning of like the 6th or 7th season. They straight kill him on the wall.
Yeah. And he doesn't
sorry,
die.
y'all. There's
Yeah.
spoilers, but this show's been out forever.
Yeah.
And I knew when I saw that, I was like,
He ain't dead.
they're bringing him back. They're going to have to bring him back to life. That's the only. And then they
Yeah.
brought him back to life. And
then
I
they
just
shit.
thought, like,
And then they shit on him at the end of the show.
yeah, it's just so stupid. Oh yeah, at the end of the show they make it. Oh yeah,
Oh.
dude. No, yeah, like in that guy's. I don't remember the actor's name that played Jon Snow, but okay. So I will say this: when I first started watching it, I don't recall the actor's name. They took his head off at the end of season 1, and he's in so many good films.
He was the father.
actor.
You're talking
Yes.
about the father, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Father
When
of
they
Jon
beheaded
Snow,
him,
yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing this, and I stopped watching. But people kept talking, man.
Oh,
And it was like a month or 2 passed, then like another season passed, and they kept talking about it. So
I
was
love
like,
that
all
show.
right.
I love
Let me
the show.
finish.
I just hated the ending. I love the show, though. I mean, wow. Yeah, I loved it. It was great. The storytelling, they just butchered the ending. I mean, it's stupid. They butchered
And
the
isn't
ending.
that where Jason Momoa just kind of leaked off of that show? Did he?
Yeah,
Like that show?
yes,
Like,
he did.
that show just
That's
like,
true.
set him
That is
up,
true.
man.
Yeah.
And I love Momoa. I mean, he's got a lot of great lines in Aquaman. He's a funny dude. I don't think people realize like this guy's a funny guy, and he can pull
Now,
it off.
Aquaman to me is one of the best HDR movies I've ever seen.
Oh,
I
me
mean,
too.
it's phenomenal, man. Holy
I don't
shit.
particularly care for the movie. I'm not just this MCU guy. I have a feeling that they're going to royally screw up Doctor Strange too. By the way, here's my warning: do not go see Thor: Love and Thunder if. Well, I just wouldn't see it. I'm telling you right now, I didn't like the Batman, and I'm going to tell you right now, Thor: Love and Thunder is going to be just as bad, even worse.
That's too bad.
Oh Lord! Hey, all right, look, guys. My mom walked in. Mommy's
Okay,
here.
brother. Hi, Mom.
I'm gonna go hang out with my mom, and we got some stuff to do.
Yeah,
But
anytime, man. You want to invite me on? Let me know, brother.
Man, we'll do.
I
We'll
enjoy
do this in
being
the
with you.
future. We're gonna do this real soon, as a matter of
Sounds
fact.
good.
Anyhow, let me let me get off here and hang out with my mom. I will see you guys soon.
All right.
As
Take care,
always,
brother.
Thank you for listening, guys. Be good. Be safe. Boom.